we got to figure out a better way how to use him. He he's not going to be able to keep up all of the touches that we give him week in and week out. And I feel like that's on Kyle. Like if you could find a way to use him, you could find a way to use him better. And
Mhm.
really, if you have all of these weapons, and we know that Christian is kind of in effect wearing down, you know what? Forget everything that I'm talking about. There's something that we talked about earlier, and I wanted to bring this up. When we drafted Christian McCaffrey, not drafted, but traded for him, right? When we traded for
Mhm.
Christian McCaffrey, there was nothing that anybody had a problem with but one thing: his injury
Right.
history.
Yeah.
His injury history. Everybody was talking about, see, I mean, as well as I was like, man, if we could just keep him healthy, he's going to be phenomenal. And the number one caveat for him coming over to the Niners was what? In unison, everybody. Well, he's not going to be used like he was in Carolina because he's going to be playing with so many weapons, and Kyle's going to be able to
Mhm.
know how to use them better. He's not going
Mhm.
to get ran into the ground when he comes to the Niners because of how many weapons, and he's not going to be playing on the same caliber of offense. And we're into week 6, and
Mhm.
look where we are. We're using them way too much. And
Yeah.
Kyle is not being artful. He's not being creative. And in a lot of different instances, Christian is being used at the same clip that he was being used in Carolina. I
Yeah.
don't
Where he was the whole team.
where he was the whole team. He was
Yeah.
the whole team in Carolina, and he's coming over here, and he's supposedly supposed to be playing with Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams, uh, uh, who else? Debo Samuel. But he's found his way to the top of the heap of all of them. He's getting used more than all of them, and he is the leader of our offense. So I don't. And then again, for years, this offense can put anybody in, plug and play running back. This was the offense that's known to take any type of running back and make him a superstar. No, it's not. Bobby Turner killed that myth over the summer. Multiple coaches who have talked about this offense have all killed that narrative. It is not any type of running back can run this offense. It's a special type of running back that you need to run this offense. And Christian is a curated back that Kyle lucked up on. Go.
What's interesting about the Christian McCaffrey usage last year, he averaged let me see, 14.4 carries per game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was 14.2 on Carolina, 14.5 on the Niners. That's almost like conservative. I'd be cool with 15 and a half, maybe 16. But that's how they used him last year. 14 and a half carries per game on the Niners and 4.5 receptions. Like that's perfect to me. He should
Mm-hmm.
be right there. 15 carries, 5 catches, 20 touches, boom. That's perfect. This year, he's averaging 18 and a half carries per game
He's overusing
and
them.
and only 3.8 receptions per game. Like, stop handing him the ball and throw more to him. 15 carries, 5 catches. That should be the split. I don't know why they're leaning way more into him as a running back than as a weapon.
Yeah. I honestly, I feel like we keep moving the goalpost on calling Kyle a genius, but we forget the criteria that we set in the first
Mhm.
place, right? We set the criteria for him being an effective play caller with an efficient offense that you could plug and play and put anybody into. We found out that in fact, is not true. You can't plug and play with this offense. You need specific players to do specific roles in this offense, right? Then we thought, oh, well, we could just put any quarterback in there and then the offense will work. False. That's cap. You need to put somebody in there that can handle Kyle's offense on top of being able to lead the team off script to do more things. We found that out with Jimmy. We found that out with not even being able to matriculate the offense with Trey. Now we're finding that out with Brock, right? So then we get Christian. Christian is supposed to come over here and everybody is supposed to be happy because he's supposed to be an addition to
Mhm.
what we're doing. He's supposed to be able to put us over the top. Man, we done reshuffled the whole shit and he's leading the whole thing now. He came here to help with the group project and now he's leading it. And now we're getting to the point where we've all forgot about that narrative And we're clinging to the fact of if we could just keep Christian, if Christian goes down, it's all over for us. Whoa. That wasn't the narrative when we first got him here. The narrative was that not that Kyle was going to be able to keep him healthy because he was an addition to what we already had. That, in fact, is not true. He's brute force. And you know what? Kyle knew that he was going to use him that way because he barely had a camp. He wasn't playing him at all during camp or preseason. He knew how he was going to use this kid. And now that he's coming up with oblique and rib injuries in week 6, we can't look at anybody but Kyle. There's reports saying that Christian doesn't like to come out the game. Hello. You need to come out the game with your history.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You don't
Yeah.
like to come out the game. Like, what? I
No
feel
one
like
does.
we're on different types of time, man.
Agreed.
Fans are understanding that we're trying to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The team is understanding that they just want to keep everybody happy. I don't understand it. And Christian being hurt is on Kyle. It's on Kyle. He had an injury history before he got here. He's using him more by the numbers. It's factual than he was used in Carolina. And he's playing on a much more talented team. Make that make sense.
Mm-hmm. Detail Media says makes classic moments, though, i.e. T.O. on the star. Ethan M says, what's a bigger concern this season, Kyle or Brock? Kyle. Rome Gut Level says, what do you think of Jed as an owner or Lynch? Jed as an owner, he's okay. There's worse ones. And I think Lynch is a pretty good executive, I'd have to say.